Jess Lee Soffer's role in FBI International evokes a young Hank Voight. Jason Begg, from Chicago PD. Soffer is a familiar face in the One Chicago universe, as he played Jay Halstead in Chicago PD for the first 10 seasons. Ironically, Halstead was the idealistic but pragmatic cop who often struggled with Voight's decisions to bend the law in the name of justice, making him the opposite of Soffer's character in FBI International. Soffer's Wes Mitchell is a newcomer to the elite fly team, having first joined the cast of characters in FBI International Season 4. Mitchell is a former LAPD cop and FBI agent who first traveled to Budapest seeking vengeance after international criminals killed his partner, but soon took a leadership role. Mitchell leads the fly team differently than outgoing leader Scott Forrester, Luke Kleintank, and is first finding his footing shortly before FBI International wraps up permanently. Jess Lee Soffer's Wes Mitchell in FBI International is reminiscent of young Hank Voight. FBI International established Mitchell's impulsive, hot-headed nature from his first scene, making it clear that he would not be the same type of leader that Forrester was. Forrester was level-headed and skilled at diplomacy. He often had to negotiate with local law enforcement agencies to get them to cooperate with his agents. Mitchell, however, brings Voight-like energy to his new role. He has no patience for local interference with cases and responds to conflicts by becoming aggressive. He also often decides on a course of action at the last minute and doesn't always keep his team informed of his plans. In short, Mitchell often acts the same way Voight does toward suspects in order to get results. Additionally, both men need a second-in-command who will rein them in if necessary. In Mitchell's case, that's Cameron Voe, Vanessa Vidato. Voe warned Mitchell at the beginning that his strong-arm tactics wouldn't work in the world of international crime, but Mitchell had to learn that the hard way after his attempts at intimidating a criminal led to Voe getting shot. Unfortunately, FBI International's cancellation means that Soffer cannot fully evolve the role. CBS canceled several shows recently, including FBI International. This decision is especially unfortunate for Soffer, as he has only been part of the procedural during the final season. Thus, there is very little character development possible for Mitchell. He's already toned down his impulsivity and aggression slightly, and it is likely his arc will end there. Of course, Mitchell may be sent to work with the New York field office within the broader FBI universe, or another network will pick up FBI International. However, since no such announcements have yet been made, it appears that Mitchell's story will end on May 20, 2025, when FBI International airs its series final. This is unfortunate, as Mitchell's character and personality offer so many potential directions for a character-driven story. Mitchell could have completely changed course after Voe's shooting, but did not, instead going rogue to get revenge. That decision almost came back to bite him when an agent was sent to spy on him and find evidence of wrongdoing, but she quickly switched sides and then left. If there were more time, FBI International could explore this or other fallout from Mitchell's behavior more thoroughly, sparking genuine character growth. Can Soffer return in Chicago PD after FBI International's cancellation? Jay Halstead's disappointing exit from Chicago PD led to widespread interest in Soffer reprising the role to give the audience closure. Now that FBI International has been canceled, there is no logistical reason Halstead couldn't return either temporarily or permanently, assuming Soffer is interested in doing so. However, the fact that Soffer played two roles within the same universe without an explanation of why they looked similar might be awkward. While this behind-the-scenes issue shouldn't be a reason not to go ahead with a Halstead return, it should be addressed. FBI International ignored Soffer's previous role, so Chicago PD could do the same thing if Soffer were to choose to return. However, the FBI franchise is set in the same universe as One Chicago, and Halstead's ex-wife, Haley Upton, Tracy Spiridakos, once came to New York to help Jubal with a case. Thus, it could be distracting to that part of the audience that watches both shows to have Soffer jump back and forth between them without acknowledging or explaining the physical similarities between the roles, and Chicago PD would need to explain it to maintain in-universe continuity. Enjoy Screen Rant's primetime coverage. Click below to sign up for our weekly Network TV newsletter. Make sure to check Network TV in your preferences and get the inside scoop from actors and showrunners on your favorite series.